Tequila or not tequila? Hello and welcome to Intoxicated Masculinity. If it's Wednesday, we have a cocktail video coming at you. We are continuing with our increasingly difficult to pronounce hashtag Venezuela November. I don't think it's going to work, but what the heck. We're going to redo the Margarita, and the reason why is because I've sort of become aware of a new spirit, which I mispronounce frequently, called Cocuy. So what is Cocuy? It is this right here. So it is an agave-based spirit from Venezuela. I was not aware of its existence, but it does make sense. They make agave in a lot of other places, or they grow agave in a lot of other places in Mexico. So this is not a tequila. It is from another country. And I thought it would be really interesting to sort of, first of all, taste this against sort of a traditional kind of, we're going to use 1800 here, and just kind of see whether it tastes similar, if there's some terroir involved, and then go ahead and just make our margarita, which we've made before. But I think we like that cocktail, so we're going to go ahead and do it again. All right, first thing we're going to do is taste these guys. First off, we're going to go ahead and taste our 1800. Otherwise known as Fancy Jose Cuervo. Sort of Fancy Jose Cuervo. And we're going to try our Cocuy. I always want to pronounce it Cocuye, even though that's not how it's pronounced. And I demonstrate once again why I usually open these bottles off camera. We got the cap off. All right. So this does have a cork. And just sort of nosing the cork, it does have a very tequila-y nose. Really lovely bottle. It comes in its own little glass. And this is, the brand is Magno. So, start off with our 1800, very familiar with this. This got a real traditional agave, sort of semi-sweet kind of nose. Yeah, no real surprises there. 1800 is not fantastic, but it's not one I probably recommend for sipping, but it's great for cocktails. So now let's try our Cocuy. The nose in the Cocuy is a lot more layered and kind of, I don't want to say mild. It doesn't jump out as much, but it seems a little bit more mature, which I don't think this is aged. So maybe mature isn't the correct word. It's more, I don't know, a little more complex. That's really interesting. So it is unmistakably an agave spirit. It has a different palate though. I mean, first of all, it's better than the 1800. I think fairly significantly so. So the 1800, you're still getting some astringency on. I don't get any astringency here. Again, in a cocktail, that's going to be fine for your 1800, but it's probably wouldn't really want to sip it. So now we can go ahead and set our 1800 aside and focus here. It's a very sort of layered nose and palate. It's a little mild. Some might call it smooth, although I kind of hate that term. It's got a full evolution. It has a palate. It has a finish. The palate is fairly mild. Again, kind of your typical agave notes. The finish almost comes off as just a tiny bit woody. But again, this isn't aged, so this isn't going to be oak. I'm not quite sure where that's coming from. My only fear in using this in a cocktail, and I actually like this quite a bit, it is fairly mild and it is fairly understated. So in a margarita, which is what we're going to do with it, I'm a little afraid it's going to start to get overpowered, but I still want to do that and see if it can work out okay. This is going to be fine as a sipper, to be honest. It's a little delicate. It's kind of interesting. Okay, I've kind of talked enough about this on its own. I'm going to probably taste this again after we make our cocktail, which again, not going to be any surprise to anybody who's done this one before. But yeah, I want to see how this holds up in a cocktail. So let's go ahead and toss it in the shaker and see what we think. So with our margarita, we're going to start off with our least expensive ingredient, which of course can be our lime juice. We're just going to toss in 1 ounce. Unfortunately, the only orange liqueur I have right now is Grand Marnier. Poor me. Poor me. So we're going to do 1 ounce of our Grand Marnier. Obviously, 2 ounces of our Cocuy. All right, let's grab some ice. So just go ahead and toss that in a shaker. Let's give it a good shake. Crack that open and get our glass. To give this every opportunity to be the best cocktail it can be, I'm going to go ahead and rim the glass as well. So we are going to just get ourselves a tiny little lime wedge. And I'm a big fan of just kind of half a rim. So we're just going to do, grab it along there, just come down here into our salt. All right, and that looks lovely. So we are going to double strain this into our coupe glass. I'm just going to do a little bit of a lime twist. And there we have our Cocuy Margarita. Let's taste it. That's really interesting. So I was really afraid the Cocuy wasn't going to hold up because again, it's not a super bold flavor, but it very much has. Now it's not as front and center as some of your more kind of bold, or especially like a mezcal would, or more bold tequilas. But at the same time, it is providing a very, very strong center to the drink. You are getting kind of a, again, it's I keep describing it as kind of mature, which is strange for an unaged spirit. But you do get it right there on the palate. I mean, it's a margarita, it's a well-balanced cocktail, you know, from the beginning. But I think this works really well in that. It doesn't taste the same as a margarita. Again, the Cocuy is a much more understated flavor, but unlike what my fear was, it has held up. And it does bring those kind of understated flavors kind of to the central portion of the cocktail. Now on the finish, it does kind of get lost a little bit, and the finish is lime and orange liqueur, or Grand Marnier in this case. But you do get it very strongly there on the palate as kind of a very interesting, sort of understated, mature tasting agave spirit, and I like this quite a bit. It's very, very good. And on that bombshell, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a good drink, and have a good day.
No es cocuye, ni cocoya, es cocuy.